NL's using Chibley's language. I'm skibbity Nubby. Skibbity Nub. Do I really have a big ant on me? Ah! You don't know shit about Nubby's number, Mart, or whatever. Know something. It's that you have the confidence of a knower, but you are an unknower. Right thumbstick of your. And we bounce on it and we. Riggy diggy. Tiny as white guy. Oh, content. League son or AI daughter. If you're eating pussy, that's an aura buff. Fair price for Slay the Spire is probably like $2,400. A Latina who wore Cookie Monster pants to senior year in high school. Go.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the
Nubby's Number Factory.
You can even talk with people all over the
Twitch.
Don't they have
The perfect rage bait comment.
stuff like that too?
Yup, they got more stuff than you can imagine.
So where should we start?
What the hell is this game?
And the next thing you'll type will be specific, directing you to a particular website, like MTV.
MTV presents another exclusive world premiere video.
Anyway, we're playing Nubby's Number Factory. What is it? It's Gen Z Y2K aesthetic billionaire. Chibley played it yesterday for 4 hours, and I had to play it for myself. A, because he recommended it, and B, because when I joined the stream, which was like 30 minutes into him playing it, he was saying stuff like, oh, my all-seeing eye gets activated by my butterfly. If my butterfly just hits 6 pegs that are on the edge, it activates the God rays from my all-seeing eye, which triggers the numbers to guide it. Like, I didn't know what he was saying, man. So I gotta build from the foundational level of understanding what's going on here. 64 is easy to hit, so we take it. It's popping, and it's hitting, because then when the highest peg is super high, it gets one for popping it, and then it still is the highest after it's halved, and it gets one for popping it again, man. If the first peg popped was the highest number peg, force triggers the item in slots of 1 and 2, 2 times each. That's exactly what we need, man. That's exactly what we need. So all we gotta do is hit the highest peg first, and then we get double disguise glasses. I understand Chibley's parlance now. NL's using Chibley's language. I'm skibbity Nubby. I get it.
Skibbity Biden.
Skibbity Biden. Skibbity Biden. Trump is using Hitler's language.
Is this just brain rot garbage? Me when a game doesn't look like actual brain rot garbage, aka third-person action game designed to trick you into thinking it's real art because it pretends to have a story because it was written by a focus group? Is this brain rot? Bro, let your spirit do the talking for once. This is stupid. You go back to playing smart games with no spirit, okay? Go back to playing games designed to derive shareholder value. I'm gonna play some shit that speaks to the soul. There's an energy. I'm not sure if you can see it. I gotta go back. An energy that comes out of your solar plexus when you play this. I was talking about what you were doing in the game. Yeah, sure you were. Sure you were. That doesn't make my point as well. So I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that shit. Go back to playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. Where they recently updated Starfield. A lot of our success or failure hinges on peg placement right now. That might be true in other domains in life. Honestly, I wouldn't know. I'm sure you'll tell me. You know what I think? It's possible that this game was inspired by more than anything else. I feel like it's possible that the seminal influence was that TikTok where the dude brings out like the fire truck, and then they go, oh, the fire truck, how are they gonna counter this? And they go, oh, he's got a lunchbox, and then he like opens up the lunchbox, and he's like, oh, but it's not gonna be a one-hit KO unless there's a fruit snack in there, and he's got the fruit snack, and then the guy like leaves, and the next guy comes in and he pulls out the chessboard, and they're like, oh, a chessboard, this will be interesting, and then he puts like an army man on it, and they're like, oh, army man chessboard, I read about this on Icy Veins, and then the guy like spins the lunchbox around. You go, okay, we knew he had to do that. That was a forced move. That's book. I just had to keep it going until Librarian posted. I appreciate that.
Buckle in, boys. We got a gnarly 3v3 here. Starts out with the Minnie Mouse, calling it, hangs up immediately, as you do with that opening. We got now. Oh, fire truck. He's wearing the hat too, so we could do the double spin. Sets it up by knocking him over. Yep. I would tower here. 2 blocks, nice. All right, it's time to double spin. There's the hat. Oh, we went too far. Oh, is this guy a rookie?
All right, we're back. How do you find these games? It's easy. Chibli. The Chibli's Discord to Chibli to NL pipeline. To NL, the Chibli's Discord to Chibli to NL to Ludwig glazing NL for showing him the game pipeline. Hey, if you guys go to like a theme park, I got a great line for you. You're at the theme park and then one of your friends goes, should we get a fast pass? Here's some shit you can say to farm some aura. Although it did not work on my wife, so your mileage may vary. I said, nah. I'd rather, don't stutter when you say it. Buy a fast pass? Nah. I'd rather wait with the greats than skip with the dips. I said that, I thought it was gonna come out like super cool, and then Kate just went, what? And I went, I'd rather wait with the greats than skip with the dips. She was like, I don't get it. And I was like, it's up to you. Take the void perk. Chibli! I'm back and I'm talking. I'm doing because when I'm on vacation, no one wants to hear the shit that I have to say, man. But here, people are like, speak on that. Chibli, do you think like you would love it if we were like in line at Disneyland and you were like, should we buy the lightning lane? And I said, nah, I'd rather wait with the greats than skip with the dips. You think you would like that, or you think you would find that corny? I think he likes it. I would like that, but I still want to skip. Yeah, but unless you wake up at like 5 a.m., the fucking lightning lanes are like, I don't want to ride Slinky Dog Dash at 9:15 p.m. It's just pissing me off, man. I don't want to be in the park that late. I want to be in my bed. You a matcha dude? Nah, I'm a coffee man. When you gonna stop having tea with the... Help me with this. You need to stop having tea with the blanks and start having Joe with the pros. Tea with the fleas? I'm gonna use that next time I'm at the coffee shop. No, I won't. Hey, you need to stop having tea with the fleas and start having Joe with the pros. Pretty good? Pretty ass, I'm hearing. People are saying it's the worst thing they've ever heard. It's ass. You should try that one. Let me know how that goes for you. I can't see how it could possibly go wrong. I remain to recycling enjoyer. Even though my wife told me yesterday she saw a video from Vancouver where the news followed a recycling truck. And I don't know if this is real, okay? But she said the news followed a recycling truck. Well, it picked up all the recycling and then they drove it to the landfill and just dumped it into the landfill. And I went, I can hear you and I believe what you're saying. I truly do. But I'm choosing not to let that enter my psyche because it would affect my habits in a way that would debase my personality a little bit. I'm gonna maintain my frame of believing that when I wash out the yogurt containers, they're actually making it to the, like some kind of, a building I've never seen before, where they take the yogurt. Do I really have a big ant on me? Ah! What the? Ah! I thought you were trolling me, man. What the hell? Now it's on my back. I can't even see it. Whatever. I looked at the camera and I was like, I think we're saving. This is a save round. I've crashed the game. Error in action number 1 of alarm event for alarm 0 for object underscore I underscore all seeing pyramid. Local variable rando peg 100 332 not set before reading it. You have to, it's not your fault. You have to, whenever you have a variable that's been declared, you have to initialize it with a var, or with a value, I should say. Otherwise, when it reads it, it doesn't know what to read, and it goes, wow, the whole engine's come apart. That was at, that was game maker language object with a capital O. underscore I underscore all seeing pyramid underscore alarm underscore 0 at line -1. I'll copy that and clear it and then abort the process, I suppose. You could put pregnancy test on 4. It can't fucking, it's got corrupted, man. It can't be force triggered. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know shit about Nubby's Number Mart or whatever this game is called. And the worst part is not being ignorant. I'm not being derogatory because you don't know something. It's that you have the confidence of a knower, but you are an unknower. That's the shit that keeps me up at night. It's the melancholy of the genius and the bravado of the fool. I think it's a great time to invest in having a cafe. I don't know, real life might be a good time to open a cafe. I don't know the business climate right now. Seems like commercial rent maybe is like really high, which is bad for everybody. Dude, being a commercial landlord must be fucking sick. Because everyone's mad at the donut shop for having $8 donuts. They're like, what do they think we are, selling donuts for $8? But nobody's mad at the fucking landlord of the building that the donut shop owns for having the rent so high that they gotta charge $8 a donut in order to make rent. We're vilifying the wrong shops, man. That's a funny comment. That's the perfect rage bait comment. And what was the comment? It said, I never understood the Skylar hate until I got married. That's a cognito hazard bit of Breaking Bad bait. That's a crazy comment, man. Holy cow. That's beautiful. You can't be saying shit like that on Reddit. They'll beat your ass for that one. Aren't you literally Walter White? That's fucking offensive. Just because we're both Caucasian and produce crystal methamphetamine with a noteworthy blue hue, we have to be the same motherfucker? Ridiculous. I know after I tell this story, by the way, you guys are going to use this as evidence that I need to retake the RADS-R test when I told you I took the RADS-R test. And I don't know what you want me to say. I would have loved to tell you what you want to hear with the results, but the questions were insulting to me. And I answered almost all of them with a strong negative, okay? But in 9th grade gym class, it was like day 1 of gym class, we had to fill out a questionnaire, which I'm sure was for like liability reasons. And it was like, name any like physical ailments you have or like disabilities, right? So it had a checkbox for like 100 things. And because I'm a real motherfucking dude, I read every single one instead of just going to the bottom and signing it. And then I checked vision problems, like degenerative vision problems, essentially. And then when I handed it back to my teacher was mad at me. And they were like, why did you check that you have like vision problems? And I was like, because I wear glasses. And they're like, that's not vision problems. And I was like, that's why I'm wearing the glasses. Why wouldn't I wear the glasses if I didn't have vision problems? I don't know if I gave him like extra paperwork or something like that, but I was just taking the quiz or the questionnaire honestly. And he got mad at me. New Horizons had no content? Oh, content. It's life, man. You wake up, you clean up, you eat some tasty looking food, take a selfie, go fishing, look at the stars, eat some fruit, go to bed. It's life. Life is what you make it, man. You're worried way too much about content and not enough about content. It's always more, you know? Sometimes you gotta be like, I'm full. Anybody else, this is gonna sound insane. Anybody else feel like when the waist starts bouncing, it sounds like Ed Helms going, riggy-diggy-doo. It just has that vibe of it has a Helmsian lilt to it. Not at all? Nope. Justin, you too? I would have thought the current meta on Twitch is whenever someone says something insane, you reply either, yep, yes, yes sir, or I know that's right, or that's facts. You sold me out, man. And I don't even think you played Nubby yet. So you're kind of dead to me for like a variety of different reasons right now. I know that's right. Wait, you're using it against me? Justin, you're gonna be so sorry you called me ugly in middle school when I get this pregnancy test. What are you talking about? Shut up. You don't know the half of this shit, man. Nubby made you. Actually, it's getting kind of close already, but... Riggy diggy doo. You guys seriously don't hear it? Are you trolling me? That's Ed Helms saying riggy diggy doo. That's a riggy diggy doo moment. Riggy diggy doo. I still can't believe that you don't hear Ed Helms every time you hit like 7 pegs in a row and it goes riggy diggy doo. How do you feel about that shit? This is like one of the most Ed Helmsian sounding builds I've ever had. It immediately goes riggy diggy doo mode. Like instantaneously. And I'm loving every minute of it, Jerry. I'm loving every minute of it. It's one of the first you've done where I can't see it. Ed Helms going riggy diggy doo. Andy's rit dit origin found. Okay, 1 second. I'm watching the original Muppet episodes. Could this be the origin of Andy's rit dit phrase? Listen around 30 seconds in. Okay. 30 seconds in.
I wish I had your
We're at 27 seconds now.
Both hands on the wheel and your shoulders right back. Both hands on the wheel and your shoulders right back.
Okay, now. You can't hear it, man? Read it, date. Some of you guys are just pretending to have synesthesia. To be cool online. You don't actually have it. I thought you had it, man. I thought you were like me. I thought that, you know, Wednesday, Halloween, and the color yellow, like, all had the same themes. And you were saying so true, King, but now I'm starting to think that you're, like, making fun of me or some shit. That is true, though. That's facts. We don't want to go over 4 items yet, I think. That stings. You do double. You do, dude. You're starting to hear it. I can already see the subreddit post coming in. Help me. I'm starting to hear Ed Helms saying riggy diggy doo every time I play Nubby. And it's very simple. We just want this to be pregnancy test. You're off the turbo team. Box a random rare food item. Let's take a look, man. 50% chance to double total coins. 50% chance to set total coins to 0. Oh! Randomizes all items in your inventory. No shot, bro. I hate you. I hate you. NLY? It's 50-50, bro. How could I lose? The odds were in my favor. This is insane. Restore a life. Get this. Eat this last. So that we can get it off of the noodle. Imagine if it had worked, though. Oh, 200 gold is the max? Imagine if it wasn't, though. Then we would have been fucking rolling, man. Let's get cafe open, man. You know what, buddy? You stink. Ah! Stupid, 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 stupid. When I don't know what to do, I can ask The Rock. If I wanted to know what he's cooking, maybe. It's a wrestling joke. I'm not sure if you understand that one.
Rock spaghetti.
What do you mean rock spaghetti?
Cause the rocks look like meatballs.
Daddy's meatballs don't look like that. I like it. You know you had a good joke. You got like closer to the microphone to make sure you could say it into it.
Yeah.
Give me 2 pants and freeze a flamethrower for me, and then give me poop butt. Or give me death or whatever. Why does poop butt look like you? White guy, no hair, I think is pretty much what it comes down to. I do look like a lot of guys, I'll give you that. The only time I really get mad is when people are like, hey, I think I saw you, and they link me to someone who's like 100 pounds heavier than I am. And that's my own cross to bear, okay? No, not like, because the road rage guy is wearing like a 2XL hoodie, man, and I'm a medium enjoyer. So like, I do get a little bent out of shape when people are like, the road rage guy looks just like you. What about that guy in the park? You're talking about the guy with the cake. He does look like me, I'll give you that one. There's not, like, someone linked me a Twitter picture of a bald man bending over in khakis, and he has like the fattest ass I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing to address. The man has a great ass. It's not me. That's not me, but I could, there's a resemblance. And not just in the posterior region. We'll run it back. XQC wants to collab. That would be huge for me, man. I'm looking to get out of bronze in Overwatch 1. Like my hero. I could use the carry. Just survive. Live. Dude, he clutched the fuck up. Did you see that? He clutched the fuck up. Ricky Peacock. You became like maybe my 6th follow on Letterboxd. First off, I was interested. Secondly, all of my friends stopped watching movies. Like, what is this? Chiblee has gone so long without watching a movie, he's not even in the last 6 friends to watch a movie on Letterboxd anymore. I got Malf watching some 1.5-star movie starring Jason Mantzoukas and Anna Kendrick. Then, okay, Justin gave 5 stars to Eraserhead, which is fair, and then decided he didn't need to see any more movies. 4.5 stars from Dan Giesling for the Beethoven movie about the dog. The dog, it eats a piece of chicken on the poster. 2.5 stars for Honora from Corey, and he decided he didn't want any more smoke either after the response to that. And then Jay gave a 0.5 star to Madam Web, which seemed fair. But I also had to follow more people. I DM'd Jay today, because here was my story. Popular reviews with friends this week, The Shape of Water, 1.5 stars. This is abysmal, LOL. It fails at being every genre it attempts to be. I lost track of the sheer volume of my eye rolls. As a real yearner, that review is offensive to me, okay? So I DM'd Jay, because I was like, Jay, can you please let your friend know that their review of The Shape of Water is on my homepage, and it made me pissed off, and it made me pissed off again, even just typing it out? And he said, okay, no problem. But you're entitled to your own opinion, by the way. It's just that review's on my homepage every single day, and it's ticking me off. I'm not bullying my friends off the platform. If they have a strong enough opinion to make their opinion public, it should be strong enough to handle some rigor, okay? Maybe Chiblee, if he wants to get off the platform because I called him a misogynist because he gave Companion a 3 and I gave it a 3.5, that's his problem, okay? Is DL Guiga here? I need to articulate an economic concept that I think people in your industry might find interesting. I think there are foods that are so expensive. This is a nice little, I mean, this is a theory. I don't have any data to back this up, but if you follow the crisis in academia, neither do most economists for anything that comes out of their fucking mouth. By and large, I'm not trying to damn them all, but regardless. My theory about why most people have eaten lobster at some point, but a surprisingly low percentage of people have ever bought it at the grocery store. Some foods are too expensive to bother buying at the grocery store, but even though they're more expensive to get at a restaurant, people are much more likely to get them at a restaurant than they are to get them at the grocery store. And I don't know where that happens, but I'm like that with lobster for sure. I'm not paying grocery store lobster prices to cook a lobster myself. I'm probably not paying restaurant prices for lobster either, but at the same time, I'm much more likely to get it at a restaurant than get it at home. And Steak is getting there for me too. When I go to the grocery store and I see that like 2 strip loins is like 28 bucks, I'm like, fuck you. If I'm at a steakhouse and they're like, oh, it's 52 bucks for the ribeye, I'm like, seems about right, brother. There's just something about it, man. It's an interesting, somewhat counterintuitive phenomenon. You see that guy's morning routine? I didn't, but I saw references to a morning routine. Like I saw a post that was like, YTF my son came back from Walmart with this big bag of ice, which I think was like related to the morning routine. Bro got 4 minutes of hang time. I don't know what I don't know what it means, man. I don't know what it means though. Reddit.com/r/cringe TikToks. Now that's a URL I can get behind. Fitness coach's routine, 3:53 a.m. Take off the mouth tape, brush your teeth. Drink some mineral water. 4 a.m. It's an assault on the senses, man, with the sound of the door. Okay, so 4 a.m. he's walking out on his veranda with the mineral water. He's doing a bunch of push-ups, meditating. 4:38 a.m. more meditating. Writing his to-do list. We're gonna be serious about the Lord's business. 5 a.m. gospel TikToks, I guess, is some gospel TikToks. 5:30 a.m. Big bowl of ice with mineral water. Stick your face right in that. 6:01 a.m. Get ready for the gym. Put your gym jewelry on. This dude's been up for like 3 hours. He hasn't done shit, man. He hasn't done shit. All he's done is put his face in a bowl of ice. Oh my god. The sound of the treadmill. He's like fully fucking sprinting, man. It's so good. Oh. He is running, man. 7:30 a.m. Go to the swimming pool. Okay. All right, then the hot tub. And then the shower. Okay, he's been up for 4 hours. Eat a banana. Wash your face. Second bowl of ice.
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
This is crazy, man. The internet is so fucking funny. I would like to be able to get the pregnancy test. I can get it if this gives me 9 or 10 gold. We did it! That's for the audio-only listeners. We're tricking the audio-only listeners. Oh, what the hell? A hot babe on my stream? Whoa! Whoa, the streaming premiere of Best Picture winner Honora on my stream for free? Wow. I'm on audio only right now. This is crazy. It's the first time hearing about this. I mean, like, would you go audio only at the solar eclipse? And then be like, I don't know what I'm looking at? Like, of course not, man. Like, every medium has its method of consumption. It has a dominant sense. It's like covering your tongue in wax and being like, the restaurant's a little bland. Like, what do you expect? Lobster? Playing chess at the lower levels is all about playing with contempt. Let me tell you something, okay? First chess tournament I played in my entire life was a regional chess tournament, like for the school district. 10 rounds in a single day, which is crazy. But like I don't even remember if we had chess clocks or anything, or if it was just like dealer's choice. But like little kids don't have that kind of impulse control anyway, so they just move in like 2 seconds. Me and the other dude who kind of knew what he was doing, 9 wins in 9 games. Okay, so of course we're meeting in the gold medal game. He gets white. He plays e4. I don't remember what I played. I almost guarantee it was e5. queen to F3? Brother, you've been a scholar's mate merchant all day. You got at least 4 or 5 wins consecutively with scholar's mate. I say, okay, buddy. Knight to F6, I swear to you, he looked at the board for like 5 minutes, which is an eternity at that age. He was like, oh shit. Move 3, I have like no fucking idea what to do anymore. And it was already over. And he knew it was over, and I knew it was over. Because knight to F6 is not just a move that counters scholar's mate, it's a move that develops a piece, it threatens the pawn at fucking E4. He didn't know what he was doing. He got blown the fuck out. Plus his queen is out there like in no man's land on F3, blocking literally the best position for his kingside knight to go to as white when you're supposed to have some impetus. So I won. This is a sad story. It gets sad. Next year, not at the school district level, but at the county level, he's still in my age demographic because his birth year hadn't changed. I played him at the county level in like round 3 of 6 or something like that. He was a shell of the child that I had played a year before. I actually think like it had shattered his confidence. Like he had the yips, he had nothing. It was like a 9-move game. Now this is back before like the average kid was like a 1700 on chess.com, but still, I can live with that. I don't need friendly rock. My ears? It's kind of an assault on the senses. Snake back to 1. Snake back to 1, no tree. Get it twisted. Just moving around some shit in your life can change your world, man. Is this too loud? So it turns out it was the spring making all those noises. Force, 30 pegs popped. Force triggers 5, 6, and 7, 2 times each. Okay. This seems right now. That one thing that complicated it actually simplified it so much. This is like 50 sequillion? 50 sequillion? Oh shit, final boss, Tony? If a peg is hit by a laser, its number will be reduced to 1? That's actually kind of bad. Never mind. Turns out it's still pretty good. And then get pregnancy test, and we can't be stopped. Because we hit a peg, it halves, but then it also doubles, man. It halves, but then it doubles. And then it gets shot by a laser beam, we get the points, and then we bounce on it, and we moan on it, and we get the points, and then it doubles. And the psychic link is just making it grow. Dino tardigrade doesn't work on pop, it works on bounces. Okay, listen, buddy. You watch the news, nobody works these days. Or something. I'm just bouncing and moaning on it. I'm not trying to make any political statements, okay? Sorry. This looks not unsurvivable. Ah! Instantaneous? You know, every once in a while, people get they get pissed off about like their own genetics. Like it happens to bald guys all the time. I just launch like straight into the bit with no context at all. Like bald guys will be like, oh, my fucked up genes, I'm losing my hair, I'm only 38. Oh, crazy, right? You ever think that maybe your genes aren't fucking with you? Like you might have genes that came from like a fucking conqueror or like an emperor 2,500 years ago, and now they're inside of like a web developer, some shit like that. You're like, what the fuck? I'm like 17 straight fucking adenosine thymine pairs. I code some of the sickest protein you're ever gonna see in your fucking life, and all of a sudden you're crying in the Starbucks because they use like soy milk instead of almond milk? Man, fuck you, dude. You gotta pass me on, man. You gotta put me in like a more deserving motherfucker, man. There's probably some sick-ass genes trapped inside of us, man. There's like the perfect human in there. There's like a perfect human who never farts inside of all of us. We just need to find the way to like express it properly or whatever. Actually, you know what would be perfect as someone who farts a lot? I enjoy farting when the mood strikes. But if we could like genetically engineer like people who don't care if you fart, that would be huge for a guy like me. Because like, they always act like it's my problem, but it's not really my problem. Like, I can't control the amount of gas inside of my colon, man. No. And the Nubby fits between the gaps too well, man. The tiny ass Nubby fit between the fucking gaps, man. Did you see that? He shot like, how could you fit between that space? Oh my god, I'm crashing. I hit a button, I don't even know what, my screen looks different now. This game is a masterpiece. Unironically, yes. I think this game is like, your feelings on this game, it's so unfair to say this, but some people will agree with me, and as a result, I feel compelled to say it anyway. I feel like this game's an IQ test that you administer to yourself. If you like it, you're smart. If you don't like it and don't tell anybody, you're smart. If you have to tell people how much you don't like it, I hate to break the news to you, brother. You can't do that? What? Suggest that if you like the same things I like, you're smart, and if you don't, you're stupid? Is that unfair? You should trademark that comment, because you're absolutely right. It's crazy that in 2008, AVGN was the angriest gamer we've ever heard. Gamers have gotten way angrier since then, man. Like, you want to talk about graphs that go up and to the right? Strength of weed and angriness of the angriest gamer I've ever heard have gone like, probably like 50x is what I've heard. Circa, you know, the last 15, 20 years. AVGM was smoking mids? Buddy, in 2008, everybody was smoking mids. Fuck. Even the Purple Haze was mid back then. Even the OG Mozart ass. We just didn't know. Mostly I didn't know because I never bought it. A friend would just show up at my house with a Ziploc bag full of some plant material, and we would just smoke it. And then, like, I guess I wasn't that picky. I didn't know anything about it, really. I didn't know that it was farmed to joint or weed or something. I didn't know the chain of custody that led to the weed being in possession of my friend. Usually, before it was legalized in Canada, if you were like in high school or just out of high school, it was usually one of your friends' dads was divorced, and that was the plug. Which was always like a little weird. Like, you would go with your friend over to his house, and then it would be like 1 p.m. and his dad would be playing PS3 with no shirt on, and you're like, I got a dad too, but he doesn't really, he's got like a different sort of vibe. Not to hate on that dad, everybody's trying to make it work, but you know what? Pants. We go pants. Pops a random peg, gives double points. Every 10 pegs popped. This is a survivable board. No doublings? Oh my god, what was the percentage chance to get no doublings from double Jake the Snakes? They put a hit out on me. What are the chances that it happens twice? Okay, well, I know a playtester on this game. Don't worry, Amnesia was hell. It's a hard challenge, man. Like, the base game, I was getting my feet wet, but the Amnesia challenge is no joke. It's not Jover. It might just take us a little longer. I'm trying to figure out, am I going to debase myself by trying more challenges to unlock more operators? Yes, I am.
Challenges.
Maximum coins are capped at 10. That's tough. Rare items, foods, and perks cannot be found. Items will be deleted 10. They're really hard, man! A C4 is strapped to Nubby. Nubby will explode and die after 1.5 seconds. You will venture the lands for a new resource that will save nations, and all the YouTube comments will be like, it hurt to watch Chibli miss the big pegs. Dude, Chibli, this is like the realest stuff you've ever said. Reddit served me a post today, which was riffing on the fact that I said Coke Zero doesn't have any caffeine in it. Of course, I clicked on it. One of the top replies was like, it's not that it doesn't have caffeine, it's that it doesn't have enough to have an effect. And then there was like an essay reply that was like, it actually has as much as half a cup of coffee. I don't know why we have to defend NL when he's being stupid. And I was like, it's hard to argue that comedy isn't illegal. Because there's comedy cops out there all the time trying to chastise you for deliberately misrepresenting a situation to add some joy to the world. The thing is, it's not half a cup of coffee in 2025. It's half a cup of coffee in 1960, when we were drinking little cups of coffee that were like 180 milliliters. Cups of coffee now are indexed to like, I would say 12 to 16 ounces. So one Coke Zero probably has as much caffeine as like a third or a quarter of a cup of coffee. Not like a 6 ounce cup of coffee, man. The unit has changed. It's like when they released double IPAs, a single unit of alcohol was no longer a 12 ounce beer at 5%. A single unit of alcohol was 1 pint of 11% Russian Imperial Stout. I wasn't there on the liquor control board when they made the change. I'm just observing the change. Yes, sir, that's right. Yes, sir, that's facts. Sorry, the truth teller's online.
Go.
I don't know what I'm gonna watch yet, but I'm gonna play some Nubby. We should do some more challenges, man. Nub block. Failure to meet the quota on any round will result in the leftmost item being deleted.
Go.
That seems really hard. Damn, we're like a stud so far. First peg popped. A random peg emits a pulse that doubles pegs within close range. That seems crazy. The only thing that scares me is not hitting quota and thus having it get deleted. I would have loved to have had like one extra item further on the left to protect it, but first peg popped. A random peg emits a pulse that doubles pegs within close range. League son or AI daughter? Oh man, I don't want to offend anybody. There's a lot of both around. And at the end of the day, I gotta remember, they're not demons, they're not soulless individuals. They have a spirit, they have desires, they have wants and dreams. They're real people just trying to make their way through, just like the rest of us. League son? I don't know, man. I think that shit would piss me off. I think if imagine I was like a normal person. I think if I came home from work and there was like an adult, even if it was my son, but there was like an adult in his pajamas who had just been playing League of Legends all day and was pissed about it, I would have a hard time. Yeah, TSPMO for real. At least with AI daughter, I could be like, she's working at a startup in San Francisco, and then I could just like not like think about it much more than that. I could just be like, you know, she's figuring it out. One's stupid, the other one's stupid and a loser. Okay, but then why are so many people picking stupid and loser over just stupid? How do you feel about the proliferation of chili crisp among Western white people? Here's the thing, I am a Western white person. There's long been conjecture out there that that could be the case. I'm here to confirm it. Here's my thoughts on it. I think it's tasty, so I'm for it. But, and Ricky, I don't know. I feel like I'm very tuned in to like the Korean diaspora way of living in North America, because my wife's Korean, her family's Korean. I've been immersed in it. I feel like you're more switched on to like the Chinese American sort of vibe. So tell me if you agree with this. When Korean food started to get like really more popular in North America, that was great. But one thing that made me laugh was that white guys love to like make their own kimchi. And I would always tell them, if you're concerned about authenticity, every Korean person I've ever met in my entire life just buys it in a big tub from H Mart. They go to H Mart, you get the like 2-liter rounded corner but square with the green twist-on lid. I don't know if it's the same, but I do notice that my friend Corey, who is white, makes his own chili crisp. Interesting. I don't know. Do Chinese people in North America just buy it at the store? Now you judge Corey. Guess what? His girlfriend? Chinese Canadian. So now you're probably all twisted up. You don't know how to feel about it anymore. Now, welcome to my friendship with Corey. It's just one more thing like this after another. I can't pin him down. I never know whether he's coming or going, man. Nah, he's chill. You guys are cool. We gotta get him. I didn't say I don't know if I'd go that far. He has had it too easy for too long, though. Hardest drug you've ever tried? Redditor voice, caffeine. And what's fucked up is that it's so normalized. Like, people don't even think about it. They just they take that venti coffee to the dome every morning, go to work, do their job, eat lunch, hug their kids, go to bed at a reasonable hour, wake up and do it all again the next day. Can't you see you're in the throes of addiction? It's insidious. So let me get it twisted. These beans are shameless. Can I tell you something right off the bat? We don't lose early with Cheese House. Cheese House, it makes it literally impossible to lose. We just farm up as many lives as we can as a result of this, and perhaps as much gold as we can. Oh! Did you see that? Did you see that? You expand. Cheese House in slot number 7. Because now, when we die, we're gonna get like 1 billion points, man. I'm literally a genius. I'm literally the smartest person in the history of Earth. Let's see what we got. Oh, upgraded Cheese House? Oh! Gain 750 points, man. What the heck is this? It's 2 more cheese houses. Wait, hang on. You gotta try. Cheese House. I thought for sure, man. I thought we were getting the Parmesan Reggiano. Perks are unlimited, but you can't sell. Where do they put them? Do we scroll? That seemed really good. Try it on 7 for 1 round. Okay, you literally could just build me a spreadsheet that checks and sees whether it's better. Let's be honest, it certainly makes better sounds, okay? Look, I'll give you credit. The glasses are important. To really make it work, we need, like, after you die, after Nubby dies, we need to spawn another one to pop the pegs that get popped when 3D glasses is going. Every second, a random peg will explode and pop 8 nearby pegs? You know, okay. So here's the play. I get it now. You move Cheese House off. Glasses go on 7 to get the maximum benefit out of our 2 zombie perks. So it'll get more first peg popped triggers. Pop, 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 pop. Then they're gonna get big, and the flamethrower is gonna show up and pop 8 random ones that are gonna go to like 1 billion. No, not kebab. Kebab is when we die, we trigger the right item, which we don't care about. We want to trigger this when we're alive. You can't see that I'm pointing here. We want to trigger number 7 when we're alive, number 2 when we're dead. And we want to live for a while. So let's bounce this shit up and down. There's a 67 million point motherfucker here. That was nubtastic. If you have passed the round goal, this round force trigger the item in slot 5 twice. The force trigger the item in slot 5 twice, which is then gonna pop 8 things that after I die, it's gonna trigger like a bunch of doublings, which are then gonna, oh! Bounce and moan on it. That seems pretty good. Watch this. What happens if you just... Don't do that. That's not very smart. But that is really smart. Dude, you basically do... Oh! You basically wanted to just die immediately. So we no longer really care about Cheese House. When 2 pegs are doubled, trigger an electron beam that passes through pegs. We double pegs non-stop, man. That's like all we do is double pegs. But they do not pop pegs, but they give 50% of its number. That's even better. So you want a Nubby to die as quick as possible. That still seems really good. Kill 1 Nubby in 5 seconds to get a guaranteed trigger of 1, 2, and 3. No! Still seems pretty good. That was 1.5 trillion points. You wouldn't know shit about this. Watch this. Best way to play Peggle? Kill yourself instantly. What? That's an ultra score, buddy. Easy line. One Nubby dead, please. 1 Nubby dead. To double the pegs. There we go. Yeah, obviously I don't know what those numbers are. That's fine. Ooh, first peg popped. Every peg will give points equal to 15% of their current number. But then every Nubby dies... Wait, where is this one? The zombie perk when Nubby dies, force triggers all first peg popped items. I gotta give it a try. Sell flamethrower? I guess we don't need flamethrower because it's popping pegs. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, actually. And then put it in 3 to force trigger it. Down the side. It seemed alright. Final boss, Apocalypse. I don't think that's gonna stop me, man. I think that was the highest score we've had. I'm still tilted. I'm still tilted. People born in like 2002 are trying to tell me the Triforce fit isn't real. You weren't there, man. You weren't there when all the cool guys were wearing threadless, okay? When they all had the shirt. Ricky, you know what? Back me up here, Ricky. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea how old you are. Back me up here, though. All the cool dudes were wearing that shirt with like Trotsky, Lenin, Stalin, and Karl Marx with the lampshade on their head. And then people would be like, what's that shirt? And you'd be like, it's the Communist Party. All the cool dudes were wearing that, okay? And the Triforce fit. I had that shirt. Everybody had that shirt. It's non-habit forming. What about Rainbow Astronaut? That's another one I was thinking of, but I couldn't figure out how to reference it. Cookie Monster T. I've heard tell of the Cookie Monster fit online, but I think like that's after I was in high school. I've seen posts on social media that were like, Lord, I only want one thing. And it's like a Latina who wore Cookie Monster pants to senior year in high school. And I don't know what that means. It didn't stop me from clicking the heart button on it, but I don't really know what it means. That's so real, I honestly don't know, but it seemed to resonate with a lot of people. You strike me more as like a wizard. I don't know, honestly. I think this is my honest take, and I get you don't get to like choose your role in medieval society, like you're pretty much born into it, like 99.5% of the time. I think I would be like a man of the cloth. Because I think like if you were the type of fella who was like literate back then, they were like, you're like a 1 in 20 sort of motherfucker. We need you at the Abbey stat. I definitely think like when the sun went down, I would have been like in a frock with a long ass quill and the ink, and I'd be writing down like, oh, we got fucking 6 barrels of ale exported to the Duchy of fucking whatever this morning. Like I think I would have been like that, to be honest. You'd have been shoveling manure? Nah, man, I think that would have been a waste of my talents. I think I would have been a man of the cloth. The buttress of Windsor. Fuck you, Ouroboros. You'd be the jester? I don't think so, man, because there was like one jester for a whole kingdom. Like, that's tough. Queso would be the jester, man. I think I would be a man of the cloth. First to follow Martin Luther? No shot. I would have waited to see how that shit shook out. Why hate on popular music? I think you might not be thinking critically. There's not much reason to hate on, like, unpopular music, because even if it's bad, you're probably not going to be exposed to it, you know, just during the vagaries of your day-to-day life. You should hate on popular music that's not good. You don't hate it because it's popular. If it's bad, you hate it, the fact that it is popular. Because it means every time you go to the grocery store for the next 4 decades, you're going to have to hear Hey Soul Sister. When you could be listening to, like, Close to the Edge by Yes or something like that. Close to the Edge at the grocery store would go crazy. I expedite my grocery trip, but if I walked in and I heard, the total mass retained, I'm sending a text that's saying we're going to be late for dinner, because I got at least 17 and a half minutes of, I get up, I get down, I get up, I get down, and then he hits like that 900 pipe organ that's cranked up to like it's louder than Bob Dylan's harmonica, and then you think, oh, you're like, oh, it's fading out, the song's almost over, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you get the idea. Maybe even transition into Roundabout. Wouldn't bother me. Probably the best song that's ever been on an anime. People deciding whether to be upset or +2. I'm gonna start horny posting on Truth Social. What are you trying to do? Move the S&P 500 7.5% in 15 minutes? You know what, Cybo man? We go again. You know what pisses me off? It's 9% up right now. Okay, that's crazy. What's really pissing me off is he Truth Socialed this morning and said, it's a great time to buy. Signed, Donald J. Trump. And then he paused the tariffs. He told us, man. That's crazy. He literally said, I'm gonna pump the market today. Oh, that wasn't his signature. That was him pumping DJT, which is his meme coin. That's fucked up because I'm mostly like holding stocks and stuff. My meme coin portfolio is not doing so hot. Neither is the stock portfolio, to be honest, but I think you could probably figure that out for yourself. Is this game on drugs? Yeah, but like relatively safe ones, I think. Like, I'm not taking a stand on that, but it's not on the bad ones, I think. I'll be honest with you, like, this is the least I've read chat in probably like 10 streams. I'm locked in. Like, I feel like I've read less than 100 messages per hour, which is an insanely low amount as a streamer with an active chat, at least. I don't hate you. I gotta pay attention to the numbers, man. If you love this, you'd love Monster Hunter plus an essay. Brother, you got me all twisted up, okay? My wife tried to get me to play Monster Hunter, and I had to, it hurt my feelings and broke my heart to tell her I don't think it's gonna happen. She was saying, it's good if you get in right now, you could probably beat the story like relatively quick, and then you can join us on the high rank hunts. And I was like, it saturates. One game like that saturating so much time. Like, it's really hard for me. If you gave me an 80-hour game, it's hard for me to play, to even get started. Because it's like programming a GPS that's like, you know, a 3-day drive away. That's hard. But if you just make a game that's fun to play for an hour, I'll play it 150 times. That's my fucking kryptonite. I don't want to, like, and I don't think I'm alone in this, but I think it's a pretentious way to phrase it, so I apologize. I feel like a lot of people would be like, oh my God, 100-hour game. That's great. That could saturate a lot of entertainment. But I don't want a game that I play for 100 hours because it's 100 hours long. I want a game that I play for 100 hours because I had fun over 100 hours. And then after 100 hours, I could be like, maybe I'll go to 101 because I'm still having fun. Or maybe I'll be like, that's enough. I'll play a game that is going to be more fun for me right now. Also, I don't fucking like talking to quest givers. And maybe that's not what it's like in the new Monster Hunter games, but when you gotta talk to this person to get a quest, and then this person upgrades your gear, and then this person sells you the mats, and then this person that's 3 levels up in the town is the armorer, and then this person is the vestment giver, and then this person sells jewelry, and this person sells gems. Like, I don't like that. Don't virtue signal. It's nothing to do with my attention span. If you want to pull that shit, I'm not gonna let you bring me down to your level. We're all God's children. Because I know you're saying your attention span's cooked. Meanwhile, you're playing Monster Hunter on your main monitor, watching me on your right monitor, and you got a podcast up on your left monitor, and you got one fucking Bluetooth headphone in that's listening to a podcast, and you got another Bluetooth headphone in that's listening to a sports game that you also have your phone open to DraftKings because you're betting on it to see how your fucking parlays go. And you fucking Gen Z, self-administered ADHD motherfucker are gonna say that my attention span is cooked. Meanwhile, I sat here and made eye contact with you for 45 straight seconds, something you could never do in your entire life. You're virtue signaling. And if nobody sees you, I see you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get back to my shift at the number factory. My meat orbs need to get us to at least 7,500 points. Board clear! I'm at work right now, motherfucker! Your bits killed at the playground when I was 12? It's pissing me off that you were stealing my jokes at the playground when you were 12, and now you've gotten older, you're in my chat telling me like I'm not quite communist enough or something like that. Like I'm a little communist, but like not quite enough for you. I guess I gotta get used to it, because like it's not gonna get any better. Like pretty soon, motherfuckers that were like negative 30 when I started my career are gonna be telling me like, hey, Unc, all those anti-AI bits resurfaced. Do you feel like it's kind of problematic now that 30% of Americans are married to a computer wife? And I'm gonna be like, dude, I don't fucking know. Listen, I didn't expect the world to move that quickly, okay? I thought we had enough time to have some fun with it. I didn't realize that shit was gonna accelerate to that pace, okay? Yeah, I know Moore's Law, you stupid motherfucker. But like at the same time, I just figured it's gotta fall apart at some point. I do have to say, Blueprints is pretty amazing, man. First time in a long time, a game Tetris affected me. Like I had a shit sleep on Saturday night. I woke up at like 1 a.m. and I realized that I couldn't get back to sleep because my brain was picking rooms. Like it was 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, I gotta go back to sleep. But my brain was like, dump the lavatory in the corner. We need to take a great haul off of this one so we can get the lever there. I'm like, bro, fucking chill. You only played it for like 4 hours today. Why are you doing that shit? Come on. It is ironic, man. The Tetris effect, it can save you from a lot of stuff, but it can't save you from the Tetris effect. Like, what if you had like a really traumatic experience that happened while you were playing Tetris? Top comment would be like, you should play oh, fuck. Oh my god. You got into a horrific car wreck while playing Tetris? Oh shit. Oh fuck. Well, you can still delete Facebook, hit the gym and lawyer up. But my other mainstay piece of advice is, you could try. You could still try. Tetris 2? Dude, my parents were like fucking addicted to Tetris 2 when I was like 6 or 7 years old. They bought it on the Super Nintendo, and I remember like my parents are very responsible individuals. Like their life was never really like out of balance. There was never like a period of my life where I was like, yeah, I can't really like rely on my dad right now. Like he was always there to like pick me up. No, I'm not trying to brag, I'm just setting the stage. The one time things were a little shaky was like age 5 or 6 when they got really into Tetris 2. There would be times where I would like wake up and hear like blip, bloop, blip, 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 and then I'd like go out to the living room, and it would be like, for me it was really late. It was probably like, 11, and my parents would be out there like playing Tetris 2, and I was like, you guys gotta go to bed. My dad with RuneScape? That's so funny. Cheese House Carries? Probably one of the greatest items ever made in any roguelike ever. It's up there with the brimstones and the mom's knives of the world. Everybody's got knives these days. Like who? Isaac's. Who else? Isaac's mums. You know what I'm talking about? Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite. I don't really know anything about that, Chibli. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite? I don't know that much about Fortnite outside of Fortnite Talk Show these days. I've seen a lot of gifs of like Frieza throwing ass, but like apart from that, I'm kind of in the dark. But anytime I see one of those videos, I'm like, back that up. Okay, play that again. Enhance. Play that again. Okay, half speed. Now double speed. I'm like, you ever see Blowout with John Travolta? I'm grabbing the tape. I'm snipping it. I'm writing a little note. I'm putting it on the tape. I'm putting it backwards into the reel. And then I got the flip book at the same time with Frieza throwing ass. And then I roll the sound. Roll sound. What an ending. No spoilers. The movie does eventually end. Life expectancy for US adults at 20 is 74 for men. That's fucked up. Can you do British Columbia real quick? I'm trying to see something. 74 doesn't seem old enough. I'm gonna need us to pump those numbers up a little bit. I didn't say Canada, I said British Columbia. And if that answer isn't what I like, then I'm gonna say give me Vancouver. It's not 25. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna need at least 10,000, exactly. Life expectancy for a Canadian 18-year-old is 82. That's reaffirming, but that's also cope, because that includes not just men. And men are definitely going to be lower because we live faster, but we live harder. We have more fun, probably. They're afraid of letting beasts like us stick around on this blue marble for too long because we might run the joint, is basically what I'm trying to say. I do think... Okay, good. Sorry. But I was like 25. There's a very common stat in stand-up comedy, which is that women live longer than men, and men don't live as long as women. But married men live longer than single men, but single women live longer than married women. But basically, we're the problem, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But can I just say that like when I was like 25, I didn't really get it. Justin, don't listen. But the older I get, and the more I see how single men's lifestyles tend to, on average, trend when they don't have somebody pumping the brakes in the relationship to keep them on the straight and narrow, it makes a lot of sense to me. We crash out, that's what I'm saying, man. I feel like single men, they go like one of two ways. They go like full hedonists. I'd rather leave like a good looking corpse, even though the corpse is gonna be all fucked up and probably hideous. Not just because it's dead, but because of what like led to the death, but they'll be saying shit like that. They'll be like drinking like 15 beers and saying like everything in moderation, including moderation. Or they go the other way, which is way worse, where they're like, as soon as I wake up, I remove my mouth tape, and then I do perineum sunning, and I take my first caffeine 90 minutes after I wake up, and then I take 17 different supplements, and I sit down and I meditate for 40, blah, 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 which is like way worse, in my opinion. But then when you're like, I don't know, every relationship's different, but as a married guy, I like wake up early, and then I like exercise a little bit, and then I'm like, family needs me, and I just go out to like the store, or like the community center or something. And then I go out for lunch and I get like a sandwich, but I replace the sides with like the fries with like a side salad or something. Like it keeps you on the straight and narrow, man. If Nubby is alive, 50% chance to force trigger The Rock. If I wanted to trigger The Rock, I would simply ask him when he plans on being in a good movie again. They should make him Duke Leto II. That's the one who, like, we would still love him if he was a worm, right? It's been a while since I went to r/Dune. Accuse him of being on steroids. I have like a good life. I'm gonna start by saying that. I'm very cynical about like the era we live in. But like I'm trying to come up with a way to encapsulate why. The Rock being on steroids, which are drugs, but then saying he doesn't want to go on hot ones because chicken wings are bad for him. It's just such like an eye roll moment that I also have that energy for like 8% of middle-aged men that I meet. So not a huge proportion. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. It's performative. Like I meet a lot of guys who look like me who are like, I never eat any sugar ever. And it wasn't like because a doctor told me that. It was just because like I read it or I heard it like on a podcast and I just want to grab him by the shoulders and say, you're still going to die, and this isn't going to change. I don't even think it's going to change it like half an hour, maybe. Listen, I'm not a doctor. It's like, there's like two important events in your life. Being born and figuring out what your genetic code is, and then number two is, did you snort a line of asbestos at a house party sometime between age 14 and age 22, okay? That's, if you've got both of those handled, and you especially the second one, if you didn't do that, I'm just saying, I think there should be like a spectrum of like acceptable behavior instead of trying to like fully optimize everything else. Death is priced in, the ultimate boglehead. Perfect solution fallacy? No, I think they're having the perfect solution fallacy. Oh, no, wait, maybe I'm having the perfect solution fallacy. Either way, I ain't fucking with it. No, I wouldn't say that like they're not having fun in their life. So I'm gonna get myself in trouble. To an extent, I kind of see it, and don't hate me just because of my word choice right off the bat. I kind of see it as like health and wellness, like virtue signaling. They're asserting that they're healthier because the protocol by which they live their life is more restrictive. Whereas if it's even possible to quantify someone's health, which is derived from like a number of factors, you know, exercise, quality of life, longevity, resilience to disease, etc. But like, you have to actually prove that in a court of law, you know? You can't just be like, I'm mouth taped, so I'm healthy. There's a level of artifice to it that I find offensive as a human being. I'm coming for you, Nubby. I do see it all as adjacent to the guy's morning routine where he dunks his head in the ice and says we got to get it to at least 10,000. I did not see his nighttime routine. By the way, when I left, people were -2ing me to oblivion for this take. Now that you've seen the dude and his morning routine, do you agree with me that the older a man gets, the more sus it is that he has abs? I'm telling you, this is not stuff that I just come up with off the top of my head. This is like lived experience. When like a 20-year-old man has abs, it's not sus. You're like born with abs and you haven't accrued like the technical debt to cover the abs yet. Not most people, many people have it. But like, if you're like, when you're in your mid-30s, maybe like 36 and a half and older, and you have like a visible six-pack, my sus meter starts ticking because you're hotter than I am, and that's not okay with me. Something's not right, man. And like 40-year-old dudes with abs, you're like, okay, like I get it, you're a realtor or like the CEO of like a crypto mining company or whatever. Well, 50-year-old and 60-year-old dudes with abs, I'm like, you are fucking playing God. You're throwing a drink in God's face. Something's not right, man. What does sus mean to you? It's just, I don't want to tell you what it means to me because in my head, I'm like, they're the devil. I don't really know how to explain it, but like 60-year-olds don't naturally have abs. So I look at it as a badge of having like a broken personality to have a six-pack in your 50s. I don't look at it as like, wow, this guy has like a great diet and he's dedicated and he exercises. I look at it as like, he is a narcissist that thinks he should live forever, and every single ab that he gets is just like, it's just burying like deep-seated like guilt that he feels inside of himself or something like that, which is not fair. But I feel like you have like a dark aura if you're an old man with abs. Like, you're not normal, and that could be good, but it's definitely scary. Like, you have something went wrong, or like you have like deep in your past, you have you've committed like a serious crime or done something really fucked up that means you need to have a six-pack when you're 57 years old. Then that's probably, again, that's not fair, but like, that's what it triggers. Like, it's a neuron activation like deep in my ape brain. So maybe there is some shit in our evolutionary history that's like, if you see a motherfucker that's like your grandpa's age but he has a six-pack, don't go into business together or something, because he's gonna screw you over. I don't know, man. That's an appeal to nature? Fuck. It fucking is an appeal to nature. Shit. Put your face in the ice bowl, mate. Riggy diggy doo, riggy diggy doo. That was a big one. I feel okay about it. This shit is temporary anyway. So I feel sometimes, I think a lot of people can actually relate to this, but I'll get like stuck in traffic and then I'll get mad and then I'll feel silly about getting mad because like the universe is fucking huge and I'm like it doesn't matter. Like you can't really help getting stressed about some stuff. This is not like advice for how to like save your life. But I do think there's times I tell myself, you can go to third-person camera inside of your own brain. Did you know that? You just have to click in the right thumbstick of your soul. So you are yourself, but you can also deliberately observe yourself. And there have been times I used to get stressed out a lot. And then if I was stressed out about nothing, I would like find something to be stressed out about. One thing that's been working out well for me for a couple of years is going third-person camera and going, am I involuntarily stressed out about this? Or am I simply choosing to be stressed out about this because it feels like something that should be stressed over? And like a lot of times, it's something that's like involuntary. You know, it's intrusive thoughts or something like that. But then like a lot of times, I'm like, no, I think I'm just like, I don't have anything else to be stressed over. So I'm choosing to be stressed over this little thing. And then I go, okay, well, if I can let it go then. You know, there's, fuck you motherfucker. Some things are worth your worry, and I think they have a way of making themselves known. But then sometimes you're just like, okay, well, we're gonna be fucking 6 minutes late. Who gives a shit? Not like stressing out about it is gonna get you there any faster. You might as well just chill. You've been going to therapy? No, my therapist didn't know what she was talking about. I derived this shit myself from base principles. Maybe I would fit in a doge with language like that. Half sword, first off, you're disrespecting Nubby. Please stop. Enjoy the Nubby you have, not the half sword you don't. Secondly, I played a lot of games like half sword. If people are into them, that's great, and I wish them no disrespect. For me, I find it like, I don't know, not to hit the word of the day, ephemeral. When I play games like that, like the physics-based combat games, I feel like my brain is temporarily coated in Teflon and they can't find a way to get in. It doesn't make me superior to the game. I wish that there was an easier way for me to get enjoyment out of it. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm having like a little bit of fun hitting this dude in the face with like a mace or something, but I don't think I could see myself really doing it for like more than 15 minutes. Now, they put like an item in it or something like that. You know the type of stuff that I'm saying. If they put an item in it that maybe like gave you like a bubble shield that protected you from like your first hit of damage, and then maybe like an item in it that like increased your damage or something like that, and maybe an item that made your speed got a little higher after you picked it up. Maybe it was shaped like a belt or something. Then we'd be talking. Maybe if there were cards. Yeah, maybe if there were cards. That's a good bit, but what if it was like a gooner instead? Maybe this game looks good, but what if they were to put in like a lady wearing a weird dress, like a dress that like a maid might have worn but has actually never worn? And what if her breasts were just so large, so impossibly large that it boggled the mind? I'm not talking large breasts. I'm talking the bigger breasts than have ever existed on planet Earth, and they were inexplicably attached to the frame of like a 90-pound waifish girl wearing like sort of not something like an impractical maid would wear. Like if you were going out as a maid for Halloween, this is something that you might wear. Not something if you were doing any actual labor, you know, within the house or outside of it. But do you feel like you've lost in international relations when you spill your seed to a foreign developed goon game like that? Nubby Dev, are you here? I'm not mad at you. But you should take the mechanics of Nubby and replace the Peggle board with cards. Or a little guy walking around in like a basement. It would be tremendous for me personally. You can still leave Nubby here. You can even still work on the game known as Nubby. But like your next game, cards, dice, man in a dungeon, something like that. That's... Because like it's kind of... Like, I don't want to say it's problematic, but not everybody grew up in a household where, like, Peggle was played. So chat's, like, typing shit, like, why are you so bad at Peggle? And I'm like, I don't know, because this is my first time interfacing with this shit, man. So, like, it reflects very badly on me. 79 of 80. Okay. Or, like, can you put some, like, barriers on the side or something so my shit doesn't just fly off after the first bounce every time? Keep the riggy diggy do though. I like that. Nobody else gets it but you and me. Baited Chibli yesterday. You'd be so proud. Please tell me that you baited him in the domain that I think you baited him in, which is you baited him into talking about Nintendo Switch games being $80 instead of $70. Is that the one? Chib is pretty unflappable, but the Nintendo Switch stuff is it's got him rattled. I don't think it's that the games are more expensive. I think it's that someone in his chat said, "Thank God the games are more expensive," and I think that he's been flipping out about like that one comment for like 3 days. I can relate, man. I've been there. I've been there many times. I mean, I can definitely understand because like people keep like asking me to care about it, and then they get mad like when I don't really care about it because like I would rather that the games were cheaper, but also like my number one principle about the price of video games is I don't want to spend my one life on planet Earth arguing about like a $10 difference in the price of toys. If you care about it, that's fine, but just leave me out of it, man. It's not my domain, okay? You said games are too cheap in Dan's chat. I did not say they were too cheap. You got me twisted. I said they were underpriced. I also said, and before you say that's on based, I also said possibly the most based thing of all time, which was most games, actually I think I said 95% plus of games aren't worth $5 to begin with, so what do I care if they charge $10,000? I'm not playing that trash anyway. To which I then said, to be honest, no disrespect, but the average game that comes out, you would have to pay me to play it, and they do. So I was kind of high on my own supply, I'm not gonna disagree. Everybody wants to argue about the price of games. Nobody wants to argue about the fact that, especially in AAA, like 98% of them are not worth playing for like more than an hour and a half. Like once you get through the vertical slice and you're like, that's really all it's gonna be for the rest of the game. Like I'm just going through the motions, like achievement hunting. Yeah, there's counter examples, buddy, okay? But like if we lived in a just world, Forspoken would be like $2.50 MSRP, and Balatro would have been like $500, and that would have been justice. But instead, as a gamer, you have to exercise your own discretion in order to take advantage of your asymmetric upside risk. AKA, in less ambiguous terminology, I'm telling you to stop caring about the price of trash. What should Nubby's price be? I think it was $7. This should probably be I'm gonna say $109.99. I don't even want to talk about how much Slay the Spire would cost, because I don't think people are ready for that conversation. A fair price for Slay the Spire is probably like, I'm going to say $2,400. If we're indexing it to like what the average game costs versus what I would describe as the value of the average game, Slay the Spire should probably cost as much as like a Toyota Camry or something. I'm glad it doesn't. Like, that's the thing. I think it's very gamer friendly that they said, hey, we're going to release this amazing game and it's going to be like $19.99 or something like that. -2, it's mid compared to Balatro. You're actually just like, you're just pissing me off. Go away. You're not pissing me off because Balatro's worse than Slay the Spire. That's a matter of opinion. I would say both opinions are within the spectrum of sanity. You're pissing me off because like, you can just have both of them. You can have both. Also, Slay the Spire was holding the shit down for like 5 years before Balatro even came out, man. It's not the OG, but you gotta put some respect on it for keeping its seat warm. Also, I'm gonna -2 it, and Local Thunk, don't listen. Balatro's an amazing game. Easily last year's game of the year for me, and it wasn't even close. But I think Slay the Spire clears it, and it's not an insult to Balatro. I just think Slay the Spire genuinely is a candidate for the best game ever made. It's not an insult. Balatro's an easy 10. I think Slay the Spire might just be like one of the few 11s that's ever existed. Pregnancy test! What the hell is this game? You may not be ready for it yet, but you will be one day. When it's remade by CD Projekt Red. When the first pegs popped, a random peg emits a pulse that doubles pegs within close range. We love it. We love to see it. We don't want to force trigger glasses. We want to force trigger something that pops after glasses go. Can we try 3D glasses in 6? You don't need to. Because why, when I die, why would I want to double peg values, man? I can't pop them. I'm dead. That's a big problem for a fella such as myself. The trigger isn't die. Yeah, but the trigger to force trigger them is is to die. Put something in 7? You don't know what... Okay, wait 1 second. I'm sorry, who's this? Who said put something in 7? Stilton, you're not a sub. This is horrendous for you. Beg for your life. Even if you weren't wrong, which you are, you're ruining the vibe. So explain yourself. You're scaring the hoes. I'm hitting refresh. I'm not seeing any new messages. Okay, okay. Flag, monitor Stilton. You've been monitored. User note, doesn't know shit about Nubby. Thinks they're smarter than they are. Oops, sorry. Apology not accepted. Genuflect. He's right, you have kebab. Okay, motherfucker. Wow, my light! I kicked my desk. You want to double down? This is some scary fucking illumination. Who said he's right, you have kebab? Ferus Torba. You want to go to How Bizarre and then look at what does the description of the kebab says. The rightmost item in your inventory. The rightmost item in your inventory. Not the rightmost slot. The rightmost item. You're lucky. I forgot your name because I was looking at my lighting. I'm not even fighting you for my sake. I'm fighting you for Chibley's sake. I forgot which word I was going to say shake there for a minute. I'm fighting you for Chibley's sake. Because you guys are going to make Chibley quit Nubby because he's not used to this level of like type A backseating. And he's been like, he grew up in an era online where if you get mad at somebody, like there's a 50% chance your career's over, okay? I didn't grow up in the same era. So I'm accepting, it's a zero tolerance here for bad behavior, especially when your type Aing is incorrect. Because if I let that behavior become normalized here, you're gonna take that shit over to my friend's stream and harsh his mood on his game of the year. We gotta protect our Chibleys, man. It's the type of shit I'm saying. He said sorry though? Okay, well, this is an apples to apples comparison, clearly. If you hit me with your car and then you said sorry, I still tell you to fuck off. Jake the Snake with the 3D glasses. You already know what I'm about to say. Librarian, my sentence was Jake the Snake with the 3D glasses. Tell me what my segue is here. What am I going to talk about after I say the sentence Jake the Snake with the 3D glasses? Let's see how drift compatible we are right now. Not Spy Kids. You got me confused with someone like 5 to 6 years younger than me. I'm not gonna. Chicken Jockey was up there. That was in my Markov chain. That was like one of the most viable branches, but they might not be here. Okay, my suggestion was that it was going to be that classic TikTok from like 2020, 2021, where they go, oh, the fire truck gambit. I've never seen that before. Oh, but he counters with the lunchbox. If he opens a lunchbox and he has an apple in it, you get the idea.
We got boxing glove. You can just knock everything down. Why do you leave the tower? Is he setting up for something? Oh, he's got the light. He could spin it. He could spin it. Wow. Wow.
Imagine if you got buffed by eating food IRL. As I was saying it, I realized it's one of the dumbest sentences I've ever said. You literally do. Like, almost no matter what you eat. Even when you eat stuff that's bad for you, it's like, it's a buff. But if you're eating pussy, that's an aura buff, for sure. I guess it doesn't, like, it's probably not gonna make you go anabolic, but you're farming like, I don't know, you're giving AoE buffs to the party for sure. Like morale boosts and shit. I'm going to 7-Eleven, do you want anything? I feel like I would be the worst motherfucker for one of those videos. You know when they take rappers into the bodega and they all have like a super unique order? It's always like one like Caribbean Breeze, blue lemonade, and then like a pack of Airheads and then like galoshes. It's always some shit from like the souvenir aisle. I would be in there, I'd be like, yeah, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a Coke Zero and like a bag of chips, I guess. Still, Complex, they should take me sneaker shopping, man. Yeah, those ones look nice. Are you aware that those are the exact same shoes you're currently wearing? Yeah, that explains it. Describe you in the Costco episode. I would go manic in the Costco episode, probably. If Complex took me shopping at Costco. You would also see me fucking lose it. Like, that's the closest I ever get to going like pure Michael Douglas falling down mode is the freezer section of Costco. When people, there's only like, no, I didn't ever try to shoot a rocket launcher down the sewer grate, okay? But then the frozen food aisle, people just be abandoning their carts diagonally so that nobody else can get by, crowding the free samples so that nobody can go like down the sides of the aisles to begin with. And then the one that drives me crazy, opening the freezer door and standing directly in front of the freezer with the door open, reading the nutritional / ingredient information on the frozen food like for 10 minutes. And I'm like, it's Uncrustables. They're not good for you. They're not that bad. But if you're looking for something on there to like justify purchasing them, look at the front, man. It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that comes in a bag. But you have to be sort of like laissez-faire about it. Because if you go into I see the people go into the Costco and they're like stressed out and they don't have like a cart because they think it's gonna make them more agile, and then they get even more stressed out because they get stuck behind people that like have carts. You gotta accept as soon as you go into the Costco, you're in for a penny, in for a pound. Get a cart, relax, it's gonna take you a while. There's no such thing as like in and out in the Costco. It's not a place you go to get like one quick item and then go home. You park, you block off like 45 to 90 minutes of your time for the entire parking to disembarking experience. There's no reason to get impatient because being impatient is not going to get you out faster. Everybody else in the store is an enemy and everybody else in the store is an idiot. They're not locked in the slightest. Yes, they're not your oomps at Costco. They are your ops. But as soon as you start to see them at ops, you might take it as a negative thing, but I take it as a positive thing. Or at least it's positive for your mental. Once you see them as ops, when they get in your way, you no longer go, what are you doing in my way? You go, that's my op. Of course they're in my way. What else would they be there for? You know, you don't get mad at a cat for meowing. You don't get mad at your ops for parking their carts diagonally across the frozen food section. They're your ops. They're there to inhibit you. Maybe a problematic worldview, but it's just within the confines of the Kirkland signature. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's what we like to see. It like, I saw it go to 1 billion and then the sword fell into it and hit it like, I don't know, maybe 100 times. What the fuck? What the hell happened there, man? What's going on? Oh, we're back. I thought we were about to lose. Instead, we hit Pegmania. Oh, the dinosaur's fucking us on variants sometimes. Ghibli, any advice? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. No. No. Roll me. Yes, sir. The sound is just fucking... It's intense. It's like going to see a movie in D-Box. Give it a second. I just want to see how this shakes out. It is. Thank you, staff. Thank you, staff. It is riggy diggy do. Very riggy diggy do. Those are like some sounds I don't think I've ever heard before. Roll me. What do we want to put in position 1? Dude, I don't know. Maybe a monstrosity could fit, actually. I don't know. Monstrosity seems nice for me because of the fact that it can hit the ones that are worth like $1 trillion without breaking them. That one was close. We almost didn't make it. This must be what Elon feels like when he watches his net worth. Elon right now is like, oh, I shouldn't have taken 5 fucking drain perks, man. Oh. Every time I'm bouncing and moaning on it, and I think we all know what it is without me having to say it, my fucking net worth is going down by 5%, repeated, of course. It's such a satisfying sound. Hit me. Okay, we got one last shot before the end of the game. It's the boss, right? Tony. Tony shoots lasers from his eyes. I actually thought we were about to lose and I was gonna freak the fuck out. Don't reduce. Don't. Oh, he reduced it to 1! Huge. We win with Kaploni. It's that easy, man. I still, like, I don't know. If you gave me, and Google's gotten worse. If you gave me Google and you gave a 15-year-old kid ChatGPT, I think I still beat them. I'm becoming like one of those like 57-year-old Vim guys who's like, I don't need Visual Studio Code. I don't even need a mouse. By the time you've even loaded into your dev environment, I've already got FizzBuzz going. I've already got public static main void open. I've got the arguments filled out. Like, I'm not saying it's not going to improve and get past that, but for now, I still believe that if you go search with me, I'm going to out-Google you, is my opinion. But you?
Excuse me, please. ChatGPT, if you're not too busy, could you please provide me with an answer to the question, what was the highest grossing movie of 1975?
Me? 1975 money-making movie Reddit. Boom. It's Jaws, bitch. This looks like a 2005 game. As someone who was 17 years old in 2005, I gotta question your logic on that one. I would have to disagree. That being said, I mostly take offense at the stolen valor. Because I feel like if you're saying this is what 2005 looked like, then you weren't really there. And if you weren't really there, then don't act like you were there, okay? Some of us lived through that. It does kind of look like a game from like 1997, I'll give you that. But it could be worse, it could look like a game from 2024. Am I right, people? $2,000 video card owners when the game has some artistic originality? What the fuck is all this then? Where's my ray tracing? It is messed up that the audience for the Minecraft movie is younger than Minecraft. It's an interesting little piece of data. Because Minecraft is only like 15 years old. And I don't know, what movie are 15-year-olds watching these days? Probably like Nora and Transformers 1. Why is that funny? I don't know. I think because it's true. Imagine a hell scenario where you go to Minecraft and there's like 12 42-year-olds vlogging it. Dude, that's how I feel like anytime I'm at a Disney park and people are vlogging it. I'm like, okay, they made like a new lollipop shaped like Mickey Mouse. Like you're old. You're not supposed to care about that shit. I'm sorry, because I'm yucking people's yums, but I'm like stunned that they're doing it, and I'm stunned that there's people that are watching it too. And they're like, over at the Carnation Cafe, there's a new Mickey-shaped fucking creme brulee, and I'm like, it's ass, man. It's not like, I get it, like it looks like Mickey Mouse. I know I've said this a lot, but I'm starting to see Mickey Mouse as like, he's not even a character anymore. He's like a cult symbol that's like, tests how much of a devotee you are to the corporation. Because he hasn't done shit in like 100 years, okay? When the princesses come out and people are like, I love Beauty and the Beast, woo, Belle, I love Mulan, whatever. I'm like, okay, those movies, like, they've been coming out, but like Mickey Mouse hasn't done fucking shit, dude. He hasn't done shit since like 1933. So he's just, I look at him as he's a symbol of the corporation, and people are like, yes, man! That's the guy who represents the people in the suits that are making the decisions. I'm giving you my approval. Like a lot of this stuff I can kind of, you know, I'm an empath like everybody else. Says they are. I can put myself in the shoes of other people, but the Mickey Mouse stuff to me is like crazy. Like sometimes on the Disney cruise, you'll go see like a show And it's pretty light theater, right? It's mostly just like live renditions of like Disney songs. But then at the end, 70 minutes in, Mickey Mouse will come out and he gets like a standing ovation every single time, even though he didn't do anything in the fucking show. Like he didn't do shit, man. He didn't appear at all. And then at the end, like a curtain comes up and Mickey Mouse is there and everyone loses their mind. I was like, he's not even a character in the play. Like, I don't understand why we're doing this. He hasn't done anything. And this is why I call people NPCs sometimes, which is not nice to do. But when the kids are pogging up over Mickey Mouse, I'm like, I get it. You see something you recognize, you love Mickey Mouse, but you're like damn near 50 years old, man. What are we doing here? Whooping it up for Mickey Mouse. If we'd seen a play that was like, Mickey Mouse, this play is about Mickey Mouse, and then he comes out, I'd be like, okay, that's fair. But like this was Beauty and the Beast, and then at the end, like some sparks come off and Mickey Mouse comes out, and he gets the biggest pop off of all. He didn't do anything. I'm not surprised that he got a reaction on the Disney cruise, because that's what you're there for. But I am kind of surprised he got the biggest reaction, when obviously the biggest reaction should be for Gaston, because he fucking ripped up those songs, man. Even though every time I hear it, I do hear, no one sucks like Gaston, no one fucks like Gaston. No one hits the Nancy Reagan gluck gluck like Gaston. I'm especially good at ejaculating. Yeah, it gets me every time. But I'm like, I can't say that shit on the cruise because like, it's got a bimodal age distribution of like 40-year-olds and 5-year-olds. So like, it's the wrong. The 5-year-olds would be like, what's this man talking about? And the 40-year-olds would probably try to beat my ass, which they would succeed at because it seems like it's like 80% ex-military middle-aged motherfuckers on like extra testosterone so that they can hit that 4:30 a.m. face in the ice bath and then do fucking cold calls for their self-storage facilities all day. But anyway, they're there with their family, so it's pretty chill. No, I snooze on all you. Although I will say, I do feel like, forgive me, I feel like, what if Jack hits the trillion-point peg? It will get us, like, several trillion points. Apologize to me. Apologize to me. I think you can just let it ride. So did I accidentally make like a goated build or did they make the game easier? You can be honest with me. Goated, you're the best to ever do it. You invented Nubby. Ghibli copied off of you. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Making this game caused me to lose almost all my brain cells. If you think watching it for 3 hours is bad, I spent 700 hours making it. That's real, man. That's real. Oh, Charlotte, thank you for the raid. You've raided into a man who is streaming that his dialogue is just running on fumes. It's 100% stims. It's sentences that have no weight. As soon as they leave my lips, they're forgotten. We're struggling to find something meaty to discuss that can enlighten both myself and the audience. Or at least something we could say chicken jockey. That's been kind of a go-to for sure.